Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Angela and I make videos about law school, lawyer life, and all things in between. Now on this channel, you're usually used to seeing me doing like a sit down video, and sometimes I throw in a little bit of vlogs in there. But this video is going to be not really a vlog, but just kind of more of an informal, informational video. I was digging through some of my old files on my computer, kind of cleaning up my inbox. I'm trying to get organized, you guys, because I have so many emails in my personal email. And I actually have actually use my personal email for other things. And by personal email, I just mean like my non-work one, because that's a whole other beast that I'm working on organizing. But anyways, I found my old resumes, like from like law school, post law school, and like when I lateraled over. So if you guys are new to the channel, I am a mergers and acquisitions lawyer, and I have been practicing. I'm in my 6th year. And yeah, so I found my resume and I was like, I'm gonna show them my resume, because I think I had found my transcript one time and I did a video on that and you guys really liked that. So I'm gonna show you guys my resume. And so with that, I'm like, okay, well, that's not a whole video if I just show them my resume. So I'll show them my resume and then give them some like resume tips, like my kind of resume do's and don'ts. It's not going to be like this whole like drawn out like webinar or anything like that, but like just some tips to keep in mind as you guys are preparing your legal resumes. So yeah, I wanted to make sure it had like some legal experience on it. So I'm going to show you guys like my resume post law school, like right when I graduated, and what that looked like. So before I do that though, I do have some stuff that I need to do around the house. I'm just kind of opening up the blinds and stuff, and I'm about to make some breakfast for the fam. And so yeah, I'm gonna have you guys come along with me for that. Like I said, this is not like a vloggy vlog, but yeah, just a very informal video. I'm gonna show y'all my resume. I'm probably gonna have to put it up here on the screen. I think that'll be the best. Okay, lighting come through. That'd probably be the best way to do it. And then just sit with y'all and chat, like literally like a chit chat about some of my resume tips. And I need to think about what those are, because like I said, I haven't formally prepared anything. I just found my resume like couple weeks ago and knew I wanted to share that with y'all. So I figured I would do that today while I have the time, because things are picking back up, you guys. Oh, also I'm going on another work trip soon. So let me know if you guys want me to vlog. Obviously I can't share any confidential information, but if you guys want to kind of come along with me like you have at past work trips, and you know, I kind of just keep y'all posted on what I can, let me know and I will vlog it. Let me know, because the trip is like coming up, so I need to know. So let me know in the comments if you guys want another work trip. All right, let's go. All right, y'all, I'm back. Breakfast is over. I've been sipping on this collagen tea. It's called skin tea. Y'all, I know we don't go into this on this channel, but my skin has just been acting up. So y'all can't tell, because you probably can't tell that good, because I'm using my Sony ZV-1 and it has like kind of a filter over it. So don't let the filter fool you. But I've been drinking this skin tea. It's supposed to have collagen in it. It's supposed to be good for your skin. So it's not nasty. It's not good, but it's not nasty. So I'm just gonna sip on this and see if it works its magic. But okay, so now that breakfast is over and I kind of straighten up downstairs, let's get into the resume. So I think what I'm gonna do is kind of like tell y'all my tips first, and then we can kind of walk through the resume. Yeah, so let's do that. So while I was making breakfast, I was just kind of thinking about like just things that I like try to remember. Y'all, I haven't done a resume in years because I've been at my same job for over 3 years now. But excuse me, I was trying to think of just things that like I always try to remember about like resumes that I do. And you guys keep in mind that like I am now in a position where I'm doing interviewing. So I do quite, I wouldn't say like quite a bit, but I do several interviews a year for lateral associates or like people who are trying to come in through the summer associate program. So not only have I, you know, done my own legal resumes, I've reviewed a lot of legal resumes when interviewing a candidate. So I would say, you know, there's just certain things that like kind of stick out to me. If you guys are working on your legal resume, I absolutely suggest that you reach out to your career resource center at your law schools. That is included in your tuition, so you should use it and have them, you know, kind of look over and help you tailor your resumes. There's also a ton of like law school lawyer coaches who review resumes. I don't currently offer any kind of service like that. I just don't have the time because I do work. Like this is a hobby. This is not my job, and so I don't offer that. I have had you guys kind of reach out and ask me, and I don't do that. Maybe in the future, I don't know. But right now, the plate is just too full. So there are many like law school coaches and stuff that you guys can reach out who will do that. But I figured my contribution to y'all would be to just show you my resume and give you guys my tips. Okay, so one thing that I wrote down is I just put neat, formatted, and professional look, and headings are encouraged. For a legal lawyer position, you want it to be professional. So like make sure it's neat, make sure it's kind of like clean, and use headings so people know where you're going. So like education, experience, hobbies, community involvement, those types of things you can kind of break out through headings so people know how to read your resume. Because I think I've said this before on the channel, a lot of times whenever I'm interviewing somebody, sometimes I read their resume right before I'm going to interview them, or like that morning before. Like it's not like, you know, people spend hours reviewing your resume before you're interviewed. So make sure you make it easy to kind of call out the things that you want them to see. So that's a good one. The other thing is, this is a question I've gotten before, is like, should you list your GPA and class and rank and all that stuff? I would say personally, I think I did list my GPA like after my first semester and first year of law school, because I had did so well. Like I was in the top 5% of the class. So of course I listed my GPA, but I wouldn't even list your GPA unless it's like exceptional, if that makes sense. So it's a judgment call. It's up to you, but like I would only probably list my GPA unless it was like very, very like impressive. Like even when I graduated from law school, I didn't necessarily have my GPA on there, and you guys will see in a second what I put on there. And like I said, I graduated still in the top of the class. So, but I wasn't top 5%. I think I dropped down to top 10 because after I got my job, I was acting up. But that's another story for another day. Okay, so the next tip I put down was make it a concise read and try to stick to one page if you can. Now, as you get more experience, you're gonna have to go over a page, and you'll see like the resume I'm going to show you guys was my resume when I had graduated from law school already. So it wasn't like my 1L resume. My 1L resume, I definitely had one page, but even my current resume, like I haven't done a resume in a while, but my like most recent resume was a little bit over one page. It was like a page and a half. It still wasn't very long. Like you want it to be concise, especially, you know, if you're a recent grad or law student. Next tip is, there's a caveat to it. This is for people who are recent grads or you're currently in school, but I say start with your education and then list your experience. So start with where you went to school and then list your experience, and you'll see that's kind of what I did on the resume I'm going to show you. This is the one that this one is the one that when I was a law school grad, like I said. So I'll show you guys what I did. This next one is pretty good, especially if you don't have like a defined path yet, and you're applying for different types of jobs. This one is tailor your resume for the job that you're applying for. Hold on, let me move the camera a little bit. This glares, but this one is really, really good. So like for some people, they graduate from law school and they just know what they're going to do, or they already have a job. But for some people, they graduate from law school and they're looking, and they might be applying for an estate planning job, and then they might be applying for a DA job, or then, you know, civil litigation. Like, so there might be different jobs that they're applying for. So different strengths and different experiences are going to matter. Okay. Y'all, like I've been trying to work on not using my hands so much, and I can't help it. Like, let me grab my phone so I stop using my hands. But I'm just such a handsy talker. But so with that being said, tailor your resume to the job. Highlight experiences that matter the most for the job that you're applying for. The next one I put is include any notable engagements or works of art. So for example, if you got an article that was published for law review or a journal, or if you were a speaker at a student law school organization event, or just anything of that nature, or, you know, some sort of accolade in your previous career prior to law school, write that down. Show them what you got. Okay. The next item is proofread and eliminate all typos and spelling errors. You guys, like, it's just something that's so easy to do. Typos are so easy to do, but they can also be easy to catch when, like, you're not the author of that document, and they can just kind of like bring your credibility down. So proofread, read it again, read it again, and read it again, and just make sure you don't have any errors. Or at least try to. I need to read mine and see if I have any. I mean, I got the job, so at this point it doesn't matter, but I would like to make sure that I'm on it. The next one is write in first person using present tense for any current work and past tense for past positions. And that one, you'll see what I did in my resume. Hopefully I did that. But I think I did, because that's just like a standard resume tip that I've always known. The last one that I just kind of thought of was use the interest section to show your personality or uniqueness. So those are kind of all the things that I thought about while I was cooking. If I think of other stuff, I will do, or what I might do like a more formal sit down video, because like I said, the point of this video is really to show y'all my resume, because I know y'all want to see it. But I did feel like I needed to fill it with some tips, so that's why I was kind of getting my thoughts together when I was cooking. So next we're gonna go into my resume. So I'm gonna be looking at it here on my computer screen, but I'll make sure that it's put up somewhere on this. Oopsie. I'll make sure that it's put somewhere up on the screen so you guys can kind of read along with it. So I put my name, I put my email and phone number so they could know how to contact me. Then, like I said in my kind of little spiel a few minutes ago, I put my education first because I was a recent grad. So I put my law school, and then so I put my degree, Juris Doctor. So the one thing that I mentioned, I didn't put my GPA. That's kind of how I handled the whole grade thing. Now, if you were sort of kind of in the middle or the bottom, I wouldn't even put that. I would just put your law school and put the Juris Doctor. Then I put sort of my activities and honors in law school. So we have law review. Always put your journals. Like if you run a journal, always put your journal. And then I put one of the organizations I was involved in, which this was Black Law Students Association. Then I put anytime I got the dean's list, the dean's honors list, or if I got a merit scholarship, I put that, and any other awards that I got. And then I want to show that I did something kind of outside of the box, outside of the core curriculum. So I put one of the clinics that I did, which is I did the human trafficking asylum clinic. I actually did a clinic, which was like more of a negotiating clinic. I don't know why I didn't put that on there, because that really would have made sense for my transactional path, but neither here nor there. I got the jobs, and I got jobs after that, so whatever. And then I also put any class that I got the highest grade in. So you'll see there were 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 4, sorry, I can't count. I had 4 classes throughout my law school career that I got the highest grade in. So I put that in law school. Those are called Cali Awards. And then I just did a little brief overview of some things that I did in college. Now at this point, I probably wouldn't put all of that because I've been out of college for so long. I would just probably put what my degree, the college I went to, and my degree. But yeah, since I was a recent grad, I still had like all my college stuff on there. Okay, now we drop down to experience. And so this is kind of where I talk about my legal experience. So I did legal experience first. So always do law school legal first, and then you can kind of do anything else, which for me, my only other experience was in college because I went straight to law school after undergrad. So okay, so all of these were past tense because they're not current, okay? When I drafted this resume, I didn't have a job. I wasn't starting my job yet until September, so I wasn't doing any of this stuff. Like, so notice how, like I said, they're all in past tense. So the first thing, as a summer associate at the first firm in Houston, I researched and prepared legal memoranda on business transaction matters, including real estate and project financing. And then I didn't use periods. So you'll notice I didn't use periods. That's okay, but make sure you're consistent. Don't have a period on one line and then no period on the next one. If you're not going to use a period, be consistent. And so, yeah, just here, like, this is very bare bones because honestly, like, my only job was as a clerk or a summer associate, and you don't really get into the meat of all the things. Honestly, like, I didn't want to embellish or anything like that. So I really just did what I did, and this resume worked. Well, I will say that it worked. You know, I don't know if it's fair to say that it worked because I got my job through the summer associate program, but I think it worked. So yeah, so you'll notice that for the first one, this is the firm that I summered at for 2 years. So I put June 2014 and then August 2015 because I'd worked there 2 summers. And then the second firm, I only worked there for my 2 summers. So I put that. And again, I didn't have a ton of stuff. And then I was a law clerk in the spring of, I guess that was maybe my 2L year. So I put that, and that was at a family law firm. So notice how everything is past tense. So if you have current experience, that will be the first thing you put. And so if that was my current, instead of saying researched and prepared, I will put research and prepare, if that makes sense. So now we're going to drop down to my college stuff, and it's kind of just the same thing where I just put what I did. I had 2 different positions that I worked at while I was in college, so I put those. And so now we're going to drop down to my extracurricular. You guys, this is so funny. Like, I'm like, basketball. Like, I must admit watching basketball because I definitely wasn't playing basketball. But back in college, in high school, I was a huge Kobe Bryant fan. So that's probably what I was talking about. So it says Pinterest. I wish I told you guys already a story about that. And that was my way of kind of showing like something different. Also, the reason why I put Pinterest was because it was a conversation starter. People always ask, you know, I was interviewing with like older people, and they always ask like, what's Pinterest? Like, what is that? And so it was a huge conversation starter because obviously the older generation didn't really always know what that was. So they always asked me about it. And like I said, I told a story about this on Instagram of where like I used that as a way to make a connection with a partner because she was building a new house, and I told her, oh, you should do a board on Pinterest and put all your inspo there. And then so when I followed up with her after the interview, thanking her, I was like, you know, thanks so much for the interview, blah, 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 all the formal stuff. And I was like, don't forget to check out Pinterest for the new home. So it was like a way to like remind her of our connection and the good conversation that we had in my interview. So those are the types of things that you want to kind of drop nuggets for, 1, people to show your personality, but also 2, to kind of spark up conversation and get them asking. Like every time I see something interesting when I'm interviewing, I always want to ask them about it. Like, and then it kind of like, I'm not even focused on like the work they did because I just want to ask about the cool extracurricular or interest that they did. I had reading on there. I was a huge reader prior to law school. And I've actually recently gotten back into reading, and I realized that in order for me to be able to read, I just have to do audiobooks. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much my resume. Like, yeah, so gonna leave it up here for your viewing pleasure. Good luck if you guys are working on a resume. I hope you found this video helpful. And yeah, let me know if you kind of want like an in-depth analysis on resumes. But I would say like definitely go to your career services at your law school, and they should definitely be able to help you. But good luck. It's summer, but we're about to get back in school, so hope your internships are going well. Hope OCI goes well. Let me know what you guys want to see for back to school. I really want to focus on a lot of you 1Ls who are going to be starting, because I know it's such a like crazy, anxious, exciting, but scary time. So I want to focus on y'all, but let me know what videos you guys want to see. And I already know what y'all are going to say. Y'all want a day in the life of a lawyer vlog. So let me know if you want me to film my work trip. And also, I promise I'm going to have a day in the life of a lawyer up. Regardless of whether y'all want to see the work trip, I will get a day in the life of a lawyer vlog up. Probably that'll be the next video. So stay tuned. Make sure your post notifications are on. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.